It was a couple of years ago. That I spoke of when I worked in Vicksburg, somewhat north of Kalamazoo. I would be rolling back through and there was an old cemetery there. I'd stop. I'd look at the graves in there, and there were graves in there that were from, the 1700s. There were people buried in the ground that were from the time of the Revolution. And I looked at the ages on births and deaths, and I'm like, oh my gosh. This guy was 40 years old at the time of the American Revolution against the British. We can't even just say the American Revolution anymore because there's a part 2 coming that's going to have its own name. You won't be able to delineate them. I think 1776, this fucker was 40 years old. Here I am at 53, but I was about 40 at the time. And I thought, what was this guy thinking? As a grown-up, an adult, a guy that's just trying to fucking live his life. You know what the dream is? It's not even the American dream, it's the human dream. It's to be able to just lay around and have things available, not without trying, but by doing your part. And to not have to be out wondering where the next fucking meat is coming from. It's the dream of humanity. We are smart enough, we know how to relax. And they keep taking this relaxation away from us. What is a guy that's 40 years old at the time of the American Revolution turning on the people who supported them, biting the hand that feeds, taxation without representation? Ask yourself about the Office of Management and Budget. Point is, I'm looking, I'm going, what was this guy thinking at that time? And see, this is where we relate to this guy in the ground that was 40 years old at the time of the American Revolution. He didn't know what was going to become of it. He had ideas of how he felt, what was right and what wasn't. Was he a Whig or a knucklefucker? I don't even know if there was anything other than a Whig back at the beginning. So throw knucklefucker in there. There's got to be some knucklefucker. That's why we're still fucked up today. But here it is. I question, what did he think? And here I stand now. 53, you know, we live longer these days, so about the same age as this poor fucker was physically. But maybe I have a little bit more understanding, like 13 years more than he did at the time. We get to experience this. I asked, what did that guy think of the time when it was happening? And here, I got the answer. we all get to decide at this moment, even though that guy didn't know to ask the question, he asked me to ask us. How do we feel about what's going on right now?